Here we are, just outside the castles of Babolat, where King Berkey and his little jester Badger like to stroll around, looking at board games that were planted in the years gone by, and seeing which of these are still standing in the woods of Evergreen.
Hey! We are here in the woods of Evergreen, recanting all of our games from 2010. Welcome, Sir Badger the Brave.
You can recount all you like. I'm just catching butterflies. Oh, this one. Oh, no, missed that one as well. Oh,
because you're in the woods, right?
Yes, because we're in the woods and it's springtime and the buds are coming out and the insects are going up my nose.
It's not springtime here yet. I have an 8-foot snowdrift out in the front yard. We just got back from Tantrum Con in North Carolina, 75-degree Fahrenheit weather. It was glorious.
Wow.
And come home to 30 below zero and 2 snowstorms.
Nasty.
Yeah, it's better today, 28 degrees. So
yeah,
almost freezing.
We've had lots of rain, but we still have a dry spell for some reason. We still have water shortages.
The
weather is bizarre.
Yeah, no, we've got a lot of moisture, and it looks like we might be getting some more. So it's interesting how, what do they say, that spring, comes in like a lamb and turns into a lion, or the lion eats the lamb, or the lamb sits on the lion's back or something. Depends on which TikTok video you're watching, right?
Okay, yeah, and it depends on the mint sauce as well. Hello, Kabuki!
Kabuki's here! Woohoo! Well, we're going to talk about some games from 2010, and I got to tell you, I was looking at this list because this is the second loop. We've already been here before.
We have.
I think I've said that before, too.
Deja vu.
It's kind of like Endless Winter.
And what games did we pick last time from 2010?
I know the answer to this. Pick me.
The handsome gentleman with the glasses, and
I get this. I got it right here. Pick me.
Go on, and you.
2010.
Yes,
we beat last time. I picked the best game on the list. Alien Frontiers. That was the king of the beginning of Kickstarter games, by the way. I still love Alien Frontiers. Lords of Vegas was one I chose, and Merchants and Marauders. You know why pirate jokes are funny, don't ya?
Because they got sandwiches?
They just are.
Oh.
So Badger picked Forbidden Island, Troyes, or Trois, and Hanabi.
Yes.
Hanabi. So now we had to come up with 3 more. What are we going to do?
I'm quite surprised because I just found a game and it's like, well, why didn't I say that last time? This would be at the top of the top of the top of the top of the list from 2010. This is like the best game from 2010. This is the game which
I think I know what it is. You haven't told me this, but if I remember right, one of your favorite games of all time was in this year, and I thought, well, why didn't you say this before?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Maybe Board Game Geek moved it around.
So we should start with you, but I'm gonna guess.
We'll save it to last. We'll save it to last.
But I want to guess.
You can guess at the end.
Okay, I will guess at the end what I think your favorite. Okay, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll start with me. Yes?
So we'll start with you then. Okay. Unless if we're saving it to last, then I should go first. Just totally throwing the
groove. Go on then.
My groove thing is really getting wrecked here. I'm messing with my groove thing. I had a groove.
Go for it.
I lost it already.
Oh, no. The Emperor didn't take it, did he?
Oh, the Emperor did lose his groove in his clothing.
Oh, dear.
So, okay. My choice second go round of games from 2010 that I think stand the test of time. I think this is actually like crazy obvious. I didn't put it on there because I like those other 3 games better, but this one I still like a lot, and for a lot of different reasons. But this game is called 7 Wonders.
Ooh.
So why do I think 7 Wonders stands the test of time? Well, first off, it's sold thousands and thousands and thousands of copies. It's a Kennerspiel des Jahres winner. Many different re-implementations. One of the things that I really love about this game is that it has card drafting, and card drafting was one of the mechanisms that this game really brought to light, I think. It plays up to 7 players, so we've been able to play this with our whole family, and we've been able to teach it relatively quickly, even to new gamers. And basically, you're just drafting these set of cards. I think you go with 6 each time, if I remember right. I haven't played this for a little while, but
7.
7 cards, and you put 6 in front of you is the deal, right?
Yeah.
And so you're basically, you can kind of go on a military track that helps you get coins from other people, or you can get other ones that help you kind of build your little tableau, if you will. And it's got this hand management type of feel to it, because you're trying to get these different tabs, if you will, but you've got this drafting mechanism, and the downtime is hardly anything. It's just so simple for it to go around the table. But sometimes this is one of those games that you got to kind of pay attention to who's on your right and who's on your left and what they're doing. Because if I remember right, we actually switch direction.
Yeah, when you're drafting, so one round it's clockwise, next round it's anti-clockwise, and the last round it's clockwise again.
And then there's 3 eras that this is played in, and then it's basically over. So this game, you can sit down with 7 people and play it in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's just fun. It's got nice little civilization type of tableau there. You see, you've got your tableau in front of you there.
Your wonder. Everyone's got a different wonder from the world.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of asymmetric player ability there, if you will, and you're building on it. And at the end, you want to have the most victory points, because they're going to ramp up. The cards that are being drafted each era become better and better, and you need to do that right with the first era so that you can get those next era cards.
Yeah.
7 Wonders. It's a classic. It's definitely stands the test of time, in my opinion. Still available. There's iterations, the 2-player 7 Wonders duel, which I like a lot. There's just a lot of fun to be had. So 7 Wonders.
Bravo.
Yes.
Not for me. I find it makes your table messy, and then there's that 10-15 minutes of scoring at the end, which sends me to sleep. But,
you do go around the table a bit with the scoring.
It's definitely a good drafting game. I did enjoy that aspect of it. And again, looking out for the cards, when you pass the cards around, it's like, I want this card, but if I leave this other card, my opponent's going to take it and they're going to get lots of points from it. So what do you do?
Yeah. Do you hate draft, or do you pick the one you want?
Yeah. A good game, but not my cup of tea, I'm afraid. But anyway, everyone's got their own opinion. Aha! There's the handsome man with the glasses.
I do have glasses. See the glare? I only need them to read.
All right. Lucky you.
I actually have contacts, so without my contacts, I can't see any of y'all.
Oh.
But you can see me, so you must wear.
It doesn't matter. We're looking at trees. Trees are just.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And this one here.
What is your first pick then?
My first pick is a game called Bizarre,
which is
actually in your language is called Ghost Blitz. Now, Ghost Blitz is a family game or a kiddie game. I'm clicking on the wrong thing here. But it's basically a speed game. which I actually do enjoy. And I'm probably not very good at anymore because my reaction time has dropped in the past, 13 years since this game came out. But basically, there's a bunch of cards, and they have an image of some sort, much like what you see here. And you have these 5 objects: a ghost, a book, a bottle, a chair, and a mouse. And you've got to grab the item, be the first one to grab the item, which either has the exact thing depicted on the card or completely the opposite. So, for example, here, this picture here with the red mouse and the white ghost, it would be you grab the white ghost because the ghost is actually a white ghost. Whereas for other things, you're going to grab the opposite. So if there is, like in this picture here, there's a green ghost with a red book, it's because the book is not red, the chair is, the ghost is not green, the bottle is, but the mouse is gray, and there's no mouse gray in that picture. So there's no mouse and there's no color gray, so it means you grab the mouse. So it's a very kind of like reverse logic game as well.
So some of them you're matching and some of them you're doing the opposite.
Yeah. So basically you look at, most of the time it's the opposite, but every now and again there's a matching one. So blue book.
Okay.
But that is basically the game. It's small, it's simple. We actually got another edition of this because I like the game so much, where you have, I think there's 11 objects. So it becomes a bit more chaotic. But
interesting.
Yeah. And it looks like the second version, there's a second version as well, and you put them together and you make a big version of the game as well. But yeah, it's a very simple, small box, family fun. It's something you can get out at parties, and, you know, really annoy those people that are no good at those kind of things. Speeding. I mean, it is a select game. It's a game for rapid grabbing of things, and also for, you know, doing the logic recognition of images. So
sure,
that is my pick for number.
Awesome. The first. Well, before we go into number 2, we're going to give a little shout out and a little love to one of our sponsors, and that sponsor is Arcane Wonders.
Okay.
So super fun about Arcane Wonders is I just got back from TantrumCon in North Carolina, Charlotte. And what was cool is I got to play a couple of these games that I've been wanting to get to the table, hadn't got to them yet. But one of the games that I got to the table that Barry just has a full review on is called Dice Manor. And this is a dice placement game where you're actually getting these dice and then you're using them to bid on tiles and different configurations of these tiles, and they're from number 1 to 6, and it kind of has that Las Vegas type of dice placement mechanism, which is really kind of cool. There's also an advertising track that goes up there, and then there's an end game scoring of how you get the different dice to connect inside of your manor. So it has that tableau of tiles of different shapes that everybody's vying for. We had a blast playing this game. Will Meadows from TantrumCon taught us the game, and Marty from Rolling Dice and Taking Names was there, and we all had a super blast playing the game. It really wasn't too hard to get into the game. Super great game. The other game I got to play, I have it back on my wall over here, but it's called Furnace. And Furnace is this amazing engine building game. I had so much fun playing both of these games. Furnace was Kevin Barrett taught us the game, and we just had so much fun playing that game. It was one of the highlight games of the con, other than Brass Birmingham I got to play, which was big epic 4-hour job. But nonetheless, Arcane Wonders also has their new Mother of Frankenstein game coming out, and Mobile Markets is out. As well as you can still late pledge for Foundations of Rome. And I believe you can still late pledged for Freedom 5. I'm not exactly sure about that. But anyway, a lot of amazing games. Furnace, by the way, they've got the new Interbellum coming out. I don't know if it's available yet in the US, but I saw some of those games floating around at Dice Tower West. So nonetheless, Arcane Wonders, great company, great games. You can go and take advantage of these at your local family bookstore or go directly to arcanewonders.com. And my good friend Barry Seidel is in the chat. Barry and his wife Amy live in Greenville, South Carolina, and so we got to go to Tantrum Con. He was one of the finalists or close to finalists in the Crokinole tournament.
Ooh.
And we also got to play a lot of games together and had a lot of fun and spending time with our friends there. So good to see you in the chat, Barry. So with that, let's go on to our second game that we think stand the test of time. My second game is a game that actually has kind of what I would say a reskin or a very similar game like it. And it's one of my favorite games. And it's from a publisher that I like very much, Portal Games. This game is called 51st State. Now, I liken it very close to Imperial Settlers. I love Imperial Settlers. It's one of my favorite card games. This is a heavy-duty card-driven type of game where we do have some open drafting of these cards. We're also building on one another, and you're purchasing cards. But it's in this dystopian type of environment that's really cool. It's a card game in which players control one of four powers: mutants, the traders, the New York, and the Appalachians. And you try to build their very own new country. Players put new locations into the game. They hire the leaders. They send people to work in buildings to gain resources and new skills. And every card in 51st State can be played in three different ways. You can evade a location to gain many resources once, or you can sign a contract with this location to gain one resource every turn, or you can attach the location to the state so you can use its skill. One card, three possibilities, lots of decisions, and choices matter. The thing that I liked about this game, I got to play this at Origins probably about 5 years ago with Barry from the Alaboom, actually, him and his wife. And we had so much fun. And you've got the tokens in the game. This game has been reproduced in a newer version with upgraded components. And I have the later of the versions now. I actually like the reworking of the game better than what I saw the art from the original. But the theme of this just kind of fits in that universe. It's pretty simple to play, but you're collecting resources and you're managing these hands. And it's a super cool game. And Portal Games, I love what they do with a lot of their games. And so 51st State is one that I think still stands the test of time. You still have a lot of people that are playing this game.
Nice.
There you go.
I know nothing about that.
I haven't played it for a while, so it's like I really wish I had more time to play all these games before we reviewed or talk about these games here, especially in this segment, because it's been so long since you've played them. It's hard to really talk about why you like it so well because you haven't played it for a while.
Exactly. Which leads me to my second game, which I haven't played in a very long while. I did get the rulebook out the other day, and I did read the rulebook because I wanted to play it.
Cool. But
no one was available to play. And then my table got taken over by a solo game called The Seventh Continent. But anywho, that's another story.
Did you have to play solo?
I had to play solo. And I've been playing solo for the past week, a couple of hours every night. But anywho, my second pick for 2010 is Isla Dorada.
Dorada.
Which is a Bruno Fettucci game, which has been tweaked a little bit by Alan Moon, Andre Angelino and Per. I'm so sorry.
How did Alan Moon tweak it?
I presume he tweaked it because his name's on the box. So
okay.
yeah. As you can see,
Just a little tweak.
Yeah, he must have tweaked it. But basically, this game is one of my favorite themes, an island theme. So you have this lovely island on the board.
Okay.
And basically, the players are this team of explorers, and you share this one totem pole, and you'll have a handful of cards, and you'll be using these cards to move your team around the island to get to different destinations. At the beginning of the game, you're going to be given some select secret destinations, and if you get there, you reveal your card and you score the points. You can also get some treasure, which you can reveal at a location as well to give you extra points. You'll also have one curse card, which is a location that you do not want to go to, which will give you negative points. And so you're trying to move your team around the island to go to the locations you want to go to, but not the location you don't want to go to, and get the most points. And you're doing this in a kind of bidding system. With the cards in your hand, you're going to say, okay, I reckon we should go on this dusty road track, and you'll play a camel card. You say, oh, I'll bid one because you have one camel card. Then someone else says, no, I want to go down the river and I'm going to play 2 boat cards. 2 outbids 1. And you basically just keep doing this. And the one that actually bids the most cards will actually be allowed to go the route. And then you go to that village and then you claim your location if it's a location that you need to get to. And that's basically the game. You do it for like 15 rounds. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 rounds of just playing cards and moving your team around the island until you see who gets the most points. Now, there's a bit of take that and that. Some of the cards are actually take that styly cards where you can just like play a card on another player and say, well, you cannot bid anymore which road we're going down. There's some really powerful cards like the bird cards, which will allow you to fly to a different location entirely. But it's a kind of very light-hearted, fun, slap around the face kind of game where you are just trying to get to destinations by bidding. And sometimes you just want to lose so you can save your cards for the next round and hopefully get to your locations eventually. Even, again, other players saying, let's go this way. And you're going, yeah, let's go this way. Well, I'm not going to say anything because I want to go that way. I want that village there. That's one of my destinations.
Well, the art looks really cool, huh?
It's a beautiful game from Funforge. It's beautifully produced. There's a lot of decisions in there. It's about 50% take that and 50%, making tough decisions and bluffing and things like that. But really enjoyable game. I haven't played it in about 4 years. It's still in my collection. As I said, I read the rule book a couple of weeks ago because I thought I want to play that game. But it unfortunately didn't hit the table. Hopefully soon it will.
Is that the current name of it also, or?
I don't know. This is.
It's still available?
I'm not sure. I think there might be a reprint in the works. I know some of Bruno's.
Yeah, I was wondering if that wasn't redone or if you have a different version than we have, because something was familiar about it to me.
This is the German version. A friend of mine gave it to me. But it's the same as the French version. So, because it's got Fantasy Flight marked on the bottom as well. So it's like Fantasy Flight Funforge.
So Rick Ortloff's here. Welcome, Rick. Rick's in the woods of Evergreen.
Oh, what's he doing with that? Oh, he's chasing wild boar. Oh, good luck.
Oh, yes. I always knew he was a boar or a boar hunter. You're
just a pheasant
eater.
Hunter. Yeah.
Feather plucker.
So, shall we talk about our next sponsor?
Yes, let's talk about our next sponsor, shall we?
Before we divulge our dernier.
Our next sponsor is, you have a little video, I bet, to play.
Oh, I do. It's somewhere.
Ding dong.
Yeah.
This video was made possible with the help of Game Toppers. Upgrade your gaming experience with a Game Topper.
Well, all I got to say about that is Game Toppers is going strong. People are loving our Game Topper system. And right there, 15%. Our March Madness sale is on all accessories. 15% off. Huge. In addition to that, any purchase over $500 and you use the code TantrumCon23 and you get a free Game Topper storage tote. And so that's really cool that you're going to get with your order on top of the 15%. You can get all of our gaming mats, our storage bags, mat racks, storage bags, gaming accessories, cup holders, dice towers, all dining covers, leg kits, all kinds of cool stuff. We have a lot of stuff in the works for our upcoming Kickstarter, which is really going to be super cool as well. But right now, we're just decided during the NCAA tournament, we love just having a little fun with that. So we decided just to do kind of like a loyalty sale, if you will, for all of our backers. If you want to get some extra goodies, now's the time. Save a little bit of money and save 15%. You can go to shop.gametoppersllc.com, shop.gametoppersllc.com, and see all of the specials there. And with that, we're going to move on to our third game. My third game is a super fun little two-player game. I believe Barry and I, if I remember right, I think we played this, and I can't remember, but I think we played it on a plane where we were going to Dice Tower Con or something years ago. But this is a little two-player card game called Familia. Familia.
When you say Barry, you're not saying me. Yeah.
No, I'm saying Barry Seidel. That's correct. Versus the Barry Dublin.
Oh, it's a Freedom and Freeze game.
Familia, Rio Grande Games. Yep, Friedman Freeze. It's in one of the F series games. But you've got all these mobsters, and you've got 4 of these different little characteristics. You've got some of the yellow ones, the green ones, the blue, and the red ones. And you're basically trying to get 2 of the 1s, for instance, to upgrade to a 2. And then you need 2 of the 2s to upgrade to a 3 in the same suit. You start out with a 0, and you're going all the way up to 4. Well, the more that you get, and there's some synergies with these cards, like the red cards tend to be all, that's like you come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding, and you get a 15-point benefit if you get this one. But you have to get 3 of the captains in order to get this guy. So that's the way that works. But then you've got the bruisers, which are the yellow, and then you've got the green ones that let you get an extra benefit. And so there's kind of this little play of synergies. I think the blue ones, if I remember, they give you what do they give you? They give you something cool.
Money.
And the art is really fun. It's got really cool Godfather-ish mafia art, but it's basically you're just trying to increase your family, if you will, and get victory points at the end of the game. Really not that. The rules in it were horrible, to be honest. It took a while to figure some things out. But the game itself is super fun. And Kabuki Kid said it's the Luca Brasi card, and he sleeps with the fishes.
Not with the horse heads. Wrong film.
Well, I think it's a great game. Love it. I don't even know if it's still available. I see a few of them on actually you can buy it for $47. Woofda on Amazon.
Wow.
eBay has a couple copies of it, and it looks like there's some overseas,
for a small card game of 60 cards.
Yeah, that's crazy. Noble Knight Games had it for $14. eBay, there's 4 listings for $15.77. It's just a fun little game.
Okay.
So Familia is
Familia.
my choice for my number 3rd.
So, my third
Yes. Oh, I get to
is
guess
not
though. No, I get
is
to
not
guess. Don't show it
is
yet. I
not.
get to guess. Oh, dog. You already fucked it up. Remember, I was going to guess. We went through this.
No,
No.
I just yeah. You'll guess in a minute. This is the number 4th game.
Oh,
This is Asteroids.
he's messing with me.
I bought this last year, and I haven't played it for like 10 years. So it almost made the list. And then I saw this game, which I should have had on the list last time. And what do you think it is?
Okay. Well, you had me going there for a second. As the reactionary Berkey revealed. This is a game that was recently rethemed by Arcane Wonders in the form of Freedom 5 in the Sentinels multiverse. But this game is Defenders of the Realm. Am I right?
It is indeed Defenders of the Realm. I don't know how the hell I missed it off the last list, because this is probably one of the most played games in my collection. Why is it the most played? Because my daughter loves playing it. Defenders of the Realm is at its core Pandemic, but with this fantasy theme included on it, where so it's basically Pandemic is the a Euro game.
I love that art.
But Richard Lonius took that Euro themed game and Ameritrashed it. By allowing you, there's about 12 different characters in the base game that you can choose from. They each have 3 different powers, so it's not like Pandemic where you have one character and it's one power. There are 3 different powers. You're basically doing the same thing. You're cleaning up troops around the board. There you go, nice big board, nice and colorful, which will spawn everywhere every round after you've performed your actions. Every character has a different amount of actions, and you'll have your own personal quest. So you can go to a special location, do an action, roll some dice, and maybe find a special item or just get some help to clean up the board a bit. And then eventually you'll take on these 4 big bosses, which are trying to make their way towards Monarch City. This game we have never won. And if I look on BGG right now, Defenders of the Realm, how many times have I played it? Logged plays, 31 plays.
Wow.
This game. And we've never beaten it. This is a game which just constantly keeps hitting the table because of my daughter's willingness to play it. And some of my friends, when they come around, they want to play it as well, just so they can try and win against all these 4 evil forces moving in, and each force has its different powers, and it's like, it's fun every time. And you get to that point where it's like, yes, we got one more boss to beat, and then we've won. Reveal the card. Oh, there's an outbreak. Boom, game over. But hours of fun. Well, probably about an hour and a half max of fun. That's Defenders of the Realm.
So I gotta believe you're excited about the Freedom 5 release.
Yes. Well, I don't know, because I haven't watched much about it. I mean, a different theme, great. Will it be better than Defenders of the Realm? I don't know.
I had the opportunity to talk to Richard Lonius at TantrumCon, and we played Rolling Thunder, his racing game. Okay. He actually gave me the Game Topper car that they prototyped the game with, which was kind of cool. But I love King Richard, and he's always got so many super fun stories. He's telling stories the whole time he's teaching a game. We had a good time with him. But I asked him a little bit about this, about the production and the Sentinels of the Multiverse theme. And he says they've been doing a lot of writing on, because they had so many stretch goals that he has created. They have a comic book for each one of these scenarios.
Oh, why?
It's the art it's taken quite a bit of time to get the game into production. It's getting very close to going to production. But there's been so much details with the arts and the interaction, and now the sculpts of all these Sentinel characters. I'm not into Sentinels in the multiverse universe, so I don't know it very well.
No.
But knowing Richard, he's probably made some tweaks and improvements in the development process to the Defender system.
Yeah.
And then this whole cool theme that's around it, and that whole superhero vibe, I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
Okay. Yeah. I know about the game, but I don't know much about the game to say, is this going to be better? I mean, we are kind of in that kind of Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings kind of world here with our family. We like those kind of games. And yeah, we got our Marvel films, but we haven't got many kind of like superhero games. So
sure.
A change of theme might be an interesting perspective.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I kind of like the old world type things as well, and fantasy themes a little bit better. But it's interesting.
Yeah,
we've been talking at. What, say it again?
We like taking down dragons. That's what it is.
Yeah. We've been talking about making a superhero themed game map. So, but you have to be really careful not to infringe on any type of IP there also. So that can be a real challenging thought, but we're thinking about it.
Yeah. Kabuki's just mentioned the Defenders of the Last Stand, which is like the Mad Max version of Defenders of the Realm. I haven't played.
I hear people love that.
Yeah, I never chased that up either. It's just like I like this Defenders of the Realm thing, and then I wanted to I bought the expansion, and unfortunately, the card sizes are different in the expansion and in the base game. We've got the small little quest cards and big quest cards, and it's like so I'm constantly looking out for replacement cards.
Okay,
so they can
bigger ones for the original.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I've got 7 Wonders. I've got 51st State and Familia as 3 games that I think stand the test of time.
Yeah, and from 2010.
2010.
And for me, it's Ghost Blitz, Isla Dorada, and Defenders of the Realm. 2010 classic games. You should definitely look out for, play, test yourself, find out if they're good. Look at reviews of them as well.
Yep, Board Game Geek, really a great resource to go in and check out, find all kinds of pictures, find all kinds of videos, reviews. We're starting to get into the year where I started acquiring a lot of games. And so now the years going forward, I'm going to have better feedback, I think, than a lot of these games that are, 15 years-ish old. But now we're starting to move up into the latter end of that segment. And we've got another 10, 12 years here for us to whip through before we circle back again. And then when we circle back, I'm not sure what we're going to do, if there's going to be enough games for us to review, because I don't have that many in those lists.
No. I mean, I was looking through the 2010 list and I was going, I remember researching that game, and I remember wanting to buy that game, and I remember playing that game, and I remember,
we could probably put it up in a poll, but I've been thinking maybe it's just kind of talking out loud with everyone, but what if we did like a block of time, like from 2000 to 2005, and we find our favorite 3 games from this whole period. Now, we've probably already talked about them, but it's kind of like a top 10 of the 5 years, or some top 3 of the 5 years, so to speak, of games that are starting to rank really up there for us.
Yeah.
Might be a way to recap this whole process of going through the woods of Evergreen.
Yeah, good idea. Kind of limit it down, so we pyramid scheme our our choices.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's the Woods of Evergreen. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Join us at Berkey and Badger on Twitter, Facebook, the Board Game Geek Guild 2248. And in a couple of weeks, we're going to have another full-blown show We had our last Berkey and Badger Board Game Battle show where we had comedian Grant Lyles on the show. Super fun show. Go and check that out. You can see that on YouTube or on our Facebook page or wherever you can find the wonderful folks at Berkey and Badger. There are wonderful folks there, aren't they?
Yeah, there are. Hashtag Berkey and Badger, wonderful folks.
Yeah, hashtag, and they're wonderful folks.
Yeah.
Trust us. And with that, you can send us on out. Thanks, everybody, for joining.
We're so glad we had this time together. And now it's time to go. It won't be long until we have another show. So keep us in mind, get online. Berkey and Badger will be back in no time.